You are looking live here in Buffalo, New York, where tonight Charleston plays Queen City, and we are going to see a bunch of different streaks happen tonight. One will come to an end. Hello, everybody. Chris Slovic along with Alden Bleakers, and Alden, tonight is a game of streaks. Queen City, 15 straight losses in a row, and Charleston has never beaten Queen City.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, a battle of streaks, 4-0 lifetime in the series for Queen City, and their most recent encounter was a win for Queen City, a 38-6 home win for Queen City. That was the largest margin of victory in this matchup's history, a 32-point margin of victory for Queen City last time out, and they'll be looking to put up a performance like that again.
There is Corey Menner. He is working pregame against Benjamin Warner, and we're going to be ready to go here. Here's the coin toss. No celebrities out there, just the referee. And you got to break a 15-game losing streak before you get celebrities out there. It's going to be tails, and Queen City will receive. Charleston will defend the northern goal. So this should be very interesting. Any last thoughts before kickoff?
Well, I think this is really going to be one of those games that's very scrappy, very mentality based. It's going to be one of those games where the toughest team comes out on top.
That guy on the bottom was way off sides on that kick, and number 87, he's going to make the tackle there. My goodness, that was for Charleston. And now we're going to have a first down, as it was on the right side there of your screen, and he was offsides by about 15 yards there. But hey, it's beginning for the referees also. Oh. We come out with Queen City. You got Trellis Blanton as quarterback, Doug Spelling, Adrian Ellis, Bob Wood as wide receivers, James Matthew Jr., Chase Matthews are the tight ends, Jet Zero and Tony Zoma, the running backs, and they are in the backfield, and Adrian Ellis is in motion. It's got to be first down and 10. Queen City, a 6.5-point underdog. And they're going to go right up the middle with a trap. And that'll be number 40, Jet Zero, his first carry, a gain of 5.
Yeah, and Jet Zero, such a significant part of the Queen City offense. And they're going to be looking to get Jet Zero involved very early on in this game.
So here we go. It's going to be second down and 5. Queen City, remember, on a 15-game losing streak, a early beginning would be big. There's Zero again. He is just pumping the legs. He's got to look up when he runs. I mean, that is number 50, Gino McFly, with the stop. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the run game is so physical in the SFL nowadays. It's really all about finding space up the middle and following those blocks.
3rd down and 3. This is the first possession of the game, and it is very, very important for Queen City to get a couple first downs. Blanton, plenty of time. He's going to trip over and run. He's got to get a first down, 45-50, and across midfield, and a big first down. Gino McFly with the stop, but that's a huge first down.
Wow, well, talk about making lemonade out of lemons. I mean, this looks like this is going to result in a sack. Pocket collapsing very quickly. Robert Cherry on Trellis Blanton's tail, but he very bravely tucks and runs, gets past the sticks. That is a very gutsy play, and as we said, guts going to be at a premium in this game.
Well, they got to be right now. You got to be gutsy to also watch the 0-2, 15 straight losses. You know what? They've really been coming on the last couple games. 5-1 is their combined losses, 5-1 to teams. That's going to be Jet up the middle, and that's going to be a nice gain of 9 yards. Jet Zero, he has 3 attempts now for 16 yards.
Yeah, and Jet Zero getting involved early on in this game. As we said, you know, Jet Zero has an average of 3 yards per carry, looking to turn that around early on in this game.
He's got 5.3 now with a long and 9. He's going to go up the middle and get stopped. Shanked right there by number 42, Jack Brown. And it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, and Jack Brown, one of the veteran leaders of this Charleston defense, just toughening up the middle, taking away that space, and they give themselves a chance to get a stop here.
3rd down and just another little yard, and right up the middle, and that's going to be a 1st down. Again, Jet Zero, but you got to wonder, Alden, they're using Jet a lot, but you can't run him 50 times a game. His legs will fall off.
Yeah, absolutely. And Trellis Blanton has the makings of an MVP campaign if Queen City can sort of turn things around, you know, top 3 and top 5 in many stats.
1st down and 10, the I formation. Zoma is the fullback. They'll pick up the blitzers. They go outside to Jet Zero, and he's going to run 30 down to about the 24, 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and inches.
And that's just a great pass to Jet Zero. I mean, really showing off some versatility early on in this game. Not only able to run, but able to receive. That will take you a long way as a halfback in the SFL.
6 plays, 49 yards. 5 of them have been runs, and you just saw their only pass there. They give it back to him, and a 1st down, Jet Zero. That's the same play.
And I want to double back to Jet Zero as a receiver for 1 second. Currently is 2nd in the league in receiving yards for halfbacks. And so it's an aspect of his game that certainly Queen City can tap into if they so choose.
So I'm just going to be psychic and say Jet Zero's getting the ball. No, he's not. So going to throw right over the middle, and that is a hit right to the back, I think. James Matthews Jr. with the catch, and he got hit right in the spleen.
Yeah, and this is a great throw here. Just lofts it up into the air. You've got a long limb tight end with sure hands. Really a good sort of tall ball pass there.
Ollie Thomas with the tackle there. It's going to be 2nd and 6. The trap, and they go to Zero again, and he pushes over. Did you see Jack Brown, the defender? Now he's going to get credited with the tackle, but he just got kicked that play. He got bowled over.
Yeah, my goodness. I mean, oh man, got knocked into the end zone almost. Jet Zero really turning on the physicality. As we said, it is such a big part of the way that teams organize their run offense nowadays.
Hot dogs and sauerkraut. That kind of play makes me hungry for just jamming hot dogs down my throat. It'll be 1st down. It's Doug Spelling in motion. He's 1-on-1. And taking a little bit time off is Travis Bland, who's 2 for 2. He's 3 for 3, and he's a yard short. He's a yard short. Another catch by James Matthews Jr., his 2nd of the day.
Yeah, and it's another pass to him that really makes things much more manageable for Queen City. 2nd and very short to go here.
2nd and a center leader right here. And now Queen City needs to go in. They give to Zero. Zero still pumping. He gets in at 6-0. Jet Zero, he still pumped his legs like he was in cement. And he pumped it in, and it's going to be 6-0.
Man, and Jet Zero is not just a speed threat, not just a receiving threat, but you see the raw physicality. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and he waltzes into the house. A fantastic opening drive for Queen City as they look to get back off the schneid.
I like that word schneid. Sounds like something you put on a hot dog real quick. As the extra point is good. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. All right, a kickoff. It's going to be deep. And returning is Charleston, and it is 7-0 here. Spider with the return. What do you look for Charleston to do?
Well, Charleston have not had any particular standouts, but their offense has really clicked all together as we go into this game. They're top 10 in receiving touchdowns. That's 7th with 4, and top 5 in yards per catch. That's 5th with 16.6. So I think you're going to see a fair bit of passing this drive. We'll see.
Let's see Ricky Spider, number 88, with the return. It'll be first down. Lakeman, and he's going to throw right there to Benjamin Warner. You remember we saw him in the pregame warm-ups, and that Dan Reeves lookalike is going to be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and it's a great pitch and catch. You know, we talk a lot about how you don't always have to unleash the dragon on first down. Sometimes just deliberately picking up chunk yardage can be just as effective.
Lakeman again, and intercepted. He could go. He's got one man to beat, and he beat him, and he can have a sandwich in between. A big touchdown by Ted Haynes, and Ted Haynes has scored.
Well, how appropriate for a team of Pirates that they have fired a second cannonball almost immediately. This interception coming in a tremendously dangerous zone, almost in front of the front line of Charleston. And this is just as straightforward of a pick six as you're going to see all day. Queen City so far have come up with a fantastic game plan on both sides of the football.
Just as well as Joe Clausen is having pizza for lunch. That felt really good for Queen City, as it is a 14-0 lead really quickly. For all the league highlights, including that one you just saw, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net. Remember, it's .net, presented by a Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. Well, how do you return after that? Seriously, how do you return after doing that?
I mean, I think it's really, you know, as we say, it's a mentality game. I really think sometimes you just got to put that put that in your back pocket, forget that it happened. You know, perhaps a bit of nerves. John Lakeman returning to face Queen City Corsairs for the first time since he joined up with Charleston, and you know, chalk it up to nerves and just put it out of mind.
It's going to be first down and 10. John Lakeman is back in. Hey, you got to do it. It's like if you make a bad joke at a party, you just got to keep going on. A handoff right up there. The old-time spin move by Seren Storm. Seren Storm, number 23, his first carry.
Yeah, and Seren Storm has not been a huge part of the Charleston offense this season, but it is certainly something that as Charleston's offense is becoming more and more dynamic, we're going to see more of.
Draw, and right up the middle, enough for a first down. Hoagland right up the middle, and that'll be first down for Charleston.
And I really like this, the two-back system that Charleston are using. You know, as we say, Charleston really working together as a unit so far this season.
Back to throw is Lakeman. He's going to get plenty of time, and that's going to be tipped and incomplete. And number 53 right there, Claudius Periwinkle II with the stop.
Yeah, and certainly a good throw on the line. Just hit him in the hands on the way through.
Second down and 10 for Charleston. And back to throw is Lakeman. Fires, caught it. That's going to be a first down. Onis Odabe. I remember him many times, and it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, and we're gonna watch this one-on-one here. This just uses his speed, runs into what should be double coverage, but because of the spacing, he manages to find himself wide open, and a great throw by John Lakeman puts them way deep into enemy territory now.
Lakeman 2 of 4 for 23 yards so far, 5.8 yards an attempt. And in motion is Ricky Spider, was 30 yards a return today. So Lakeman, it'll be first down, back to throw, and screen, and he gets it to the near side, and that's going to be a first down. We're really moving down the field as Storm gets a first down.
Yeah, and Sarah Storm really showing off some versatility. Last season, 452 receiving yards on 63 receptions. I mean, that is really something that can be special for this Charleston team.
Like, I'm looking at this game and I'm seeing that Queen City has lost 15 in a row and are up 14-0. And then I'm seeing Joseph Clausen. He was talking about pizza in the chat. He's got to keep talking about pizza because right now I'm hungry. So Terrell Sutherland is in motion. Back is Lakeman.
Ooh.
Over the middle, and that's going to be a completion on us, Odabe. And that will be 2nd and 4, nice 6-yard gain.
Yeah, it's a great pass, a great catch, but you saw that it was a very quick decision because the pocket was collapsing, and Queen City have been sending a lot of pressure, but great job by a relatively young quarterback under pressure.
It'll be 2nd down, a nice drive right now for Charleston. This could be a drive that gets him back in the game. Warner in motion. And it'll be a handoff. And even when things don't go right, Nick Hoagland still gets a couple. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the benefit of this 2-back system that Charleston are using. You know, you have one back that's a very good receiver, one back that's a very good runner. But of course, sometimes you can switch that around.
12th play of the drive. It's caught in the first down. That is a great catch. And that'll be a first down. That was number 18, I believe. Yes, Davius Reed. And this is just a great catch. One-on-one coverage. His man is all over him, but just manages to reach out with one arm and grab this. What a fantastic connection between quarterback and receiver there. That is what having a team with full chemistry will get you. 13th play of this drive. This drive has been going on since they invented dirt. This grass wasn't even grown yet. It kicked off in lava before this thing started. It'll be 1st and goal. Thrown, and he's going to break and score. Ooh. That's a great score by Terrell Sutherland. And it's going to be 14-6.
And that is a fantastic job of finding the space. And we're going to see this again on replay here, but the pass comes through here. It's just a little mini wheel route, breaks this tackle and realizes that just a little dive will get him into the end zone. And so Charleston not out of this game by a long shot, firing back against the bow of Queen City here.
Hey, you know what we could do? We could be very arrogant and just say, yeah, the games, they're out of it, long shot. 14-7, they're out of it. It's all over. Always wanted to do that. I've watched TV. I heard that. I'm not saying anything bad or anything, but it's like, hey, I always wanted to say that. Oh, they're out of it. It's a 1-point game. But no, I get it. Hey, you know, when you are playing a team that hasn't won in 15 games, they don't know how to win. And that means that you are in it even if they're up by 28.
Yeah, and you know,
would it be with return? Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Well, and we talk about, you know, trap games in the SFL, but sometimes I think there's like a reverse trap game almost, where you come into it as a severe underdog, and you underestimate your own performance basically. And I think that's the risk for Queen City, is letting off of the gas pedal.
I have to remember that. That would describe me on my last date. So it's going to be 1st down. I totally was the huge underdog there. But anyway, Blant will go back to throw. Throw it right down the middle.
Ooh.
Almost almost intercepted. Jack Brown tipped that one. It'll be second down.
Yeah, and it's a great read of the pass. Great job to interrupt the route, gets his hands on it. Not quite able to secure it. I don't think that would have ever been pulled in just off of his fingertips.
This got to be a run by Jet Zero. This would be his 8th attempt if he gets a handoff here. He won't. Landing again. Nice throw. And, oh, did it touch the ground? I don't know. They're going to call it a catch. Doug Spelling picked it up right before it hit the ground. They're saying, yes, it's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and that was a dangerously late hit there at the end of it, too. I thought we were going to see a flag for that, perhaps.
Oh, you got a beauty. When Charleston was 3-9 last year, Queen City was 0-12, and when you smell blood, they're like sharks. There's 0, and that's a first down. Jet Zero, his 8th carry, and he's going to have about 32 yards.
Yeah, and just another great job of following his blocks. Jet Zero, that's really how he's run all game long, is off of the back of these blocks.
All right, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The end of the first quarter, the Queen City has a 14-7 lead over Charleston. Oh, you got to love that sight. That's a new addition this year. Oh, and it goes away. All right, as we begin the second quarter right now, this is a big drive for Queen City. When the iron's hot, you got to keep on going. Like, you got to keep striking when the iron's hot. You can't just play conservative and go, 14-7 in the second quarter and start taking knees. So it's going to be a second down here, first down, and it's going to be run up the middle. That is Tony Zoma, his first carry. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and again, this really seems to be the order of the day when Queen City are running the ball, is set up those blocks in the middle and just create the space, take 5 yards, 6 yards, and then convert on 2nd or 3rd.
I liked what you said earlier about the reverse trap, because I got another day coming up, so I got to use that then. They go to Zero, and Zero powers his legs. Did you see that right now? Again, number 42, Jack Brown, is going to get credited with the tackle, but he got pushed backwards.
Yeah, I mean, and you never let it be said that Jack Brown does not put it on the line for this team.
Oh, I know that, but you know how sometimes your number doesn't mean it's not going to be pulled up, but your number sometimes goes down, and that's a great catch there by James Matthews Jr. Again, some of these comments I make, sometimes I got to go to the convention wearing a flak jacket, but it's a first down.
And man, again, just a great instance of running this sort of out route and just past the coverage. It sets up a great pass, a great opportunity for Trellis Blanton, and that it really helps your quarterback when you can run routes that well.
I got a new microphone, so Cameron, thank you for that. Thank you, everybody in the broadcast staff. They lit my fire to get a new microphone. I did, and that's a first down. Adrian Ellis with the catch. Now everybody can recognize me, so I'll give some props to Adrian Ellis, his first catch.
Yeah, and again, just the route running by Queen City, is just so big that little stop and turn around in the middle of the route, just confusing the Charleston coverage so far this drive.
All right, it's going to be first down and 10. I am surprised how in the world did Queen City lose 15 straight games. We're going to see, because it's usually right now when you can't score. Faked with his shoulder, and that's going to fumble. Oh, that's right. What a lucky break. Adrian Ellis got the ball after James Matthews Jr. was knocked away, and look at this. What a lucky break and a first down.
Yeah, went for that swim move a little prematurely, and the ball just kind of pops out. That is a fantastic. I mean, does that count as a reception for the for the black shirt that picked that one up? I'm not quite sure how that would work, but that is a very lucky break.
If it hits the ground, it's 2nd and 1. Sorry about that. As Jet Zero will now pick up the first down. Remember, he fumbled the ball backwards, so if the ball is fumbled backwards, no matter when it's fumbled backwards and recovered, it's where the ball is. It's only when the ball is fumbled forwards that it matters with the time and the down, and we'll go over that if it happens. So it'll be first down and 10. Trellis Blanton hand it off to Jet Zero, and he gets about one. And this is a play where it's kind of the boring part where nothing happened. It'll be second down.
Yeah, just real congestion up the middle, but to be fair, that's the proper reaction from Charleston, considering it's been such a big focus for Queen City is running up the middle.
This is incredible. This is a very fast game when you look at it. It's been all running. Blanton again out of the backfield, zero. And whenever you've touched the ball, look at this, 0, 11 attempts running, and that was his second. He's touched the ball 13 times today.
Yeah, I mean, that is, and 3.5 yards per carry, but has also been a pretty significant receiver as well.
Third down. Oh, he got blindsided. He just got blindsided right there, and he's lucky he didn't fumble the football. He's really lucky, and it'll be fourth down. Watch this. He just got whacked, and his vertebrae are going to be missing.
Yeah, and it's the safety blitz coming through. Matt Ryan, 6'1", 255-pound safety, blitzing, and just not enough coverage up front for Queen City. They're going to have to settle for a field goal.
So here we go. It's a high step. It'll be up, and it is good. So 13 plays, 47 yards, 4.5 minutes. And I'll tell you what, right now it is an early 17-7 game. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, it's really been Queen City's game, it seems like, so far. Even when they're struggling a little bit to pick up yards on the run, they are still able to put together the complete package, and it really feels like they have earned their points. But, a stop by Charleston there to prevent them from getting another touchdown, I really think that is a good omen for them going forward.
All right, now we're going to go to a game update. Cameron, you're awesome. You're one of my heroes in life, and prove it to me right now.
Will do, Chris. 10-3 was your score there in the second quarter, but this pass is picked off by, sorry about that, Johnny Bravo with the pick six. It's 17-6. We'll get you that highlight a bit later.
And a great catch, and that's going to be a first down. Davius Reed, his second reception of the day. Don't worry, Cam, my goodness, last night I was under the gun. I made a horrible joke with one of my good friends, and today I never said I'm sorry so much, but Lakeman with a great catch. With a great throw, sorry.
Yeah, and a great catch up the middle as well. Charleston have sort of used that tall ball style to kind of put the ball up in the air for the receivers and put them past the defenders.
7 of 9 for 84 yards. Intercepted, his second interception of the day. He threw Wallace. JB Wallace, baby. He's in. Touchdown. Wallace. JB Wallace. He ran to the goal, and everybody was running after him, and it was like two turtles in molasses racing each other, but he scored.
Yeah, and this is such a great job reading this. Again, just pure athleticism to leap forward and puts himself in a position to get to the end zone. The only person that even has a chance to chase him down is the quarterback that threw the interception. And Queen City, it feels like, cannot be stopped today.
Well, I don't know. That guy sitting in the very top row of the stadium could have came down and started throwing peanuts at him. My goodness. There are fast people on the field. Fast. But that's going to be one where you do the old speed up the highlight film really quick. I'm loving this so far. I am loving this so far. You liking the game so far? Well, you got to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football, Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. And this is really good. It's going to be another return, 24-7. Oh, to be.
Oh,
There's
no.
a flag, and there's another flag. Let's see what it is. That's a clip. Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's going to put Charleston way back there. And oh my goodness, number 77. We won't say his name, but look at this.
Yeah, that was that was a shove from behind there, and yeah, you can't really fault the effort, but the outcome there is just, that is really bad for Charleston.
It is. It really is. Especially, see, when you lost 15 straight, you need the other team to help you win because you're not used to winning. So now there are people on this roster, I think, that haven't won a game with Queen City. So now all of a sudden you got the other team showing you how to lose. So now it's got to be to the 40-yard line. A great play by Hoagland. And now we're going back to Cam. Cam, let's hear the game update. We'll see it. Let's see it.
Let me be your hero, Chris. I got your highlight right here. Earlier in the game, it was Julian Tyree getting picked off by Johnny Reno. We got pick sixes too, and look at the ref. Get out of the way, old man. He's going to hit the gym. 24-6 now, Minnesota on top of Sioux Falls in the second. Back to you guys in Buffalo.
Thank you very much, Cam. I love the numbers on the field as Lakeman. He slid down for about a gain of 5. I love it when you throw to a wide open receiver and the receiver runs, and then you see a referee beating them all running backwards. I love that. That's my greatest highlight ever. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 after a 5-yard run by Lakeman. Back to throw. He's going to fire to the near side. Incomplete. It was so close. So close. But right now, he tried to go to Warner. It's 4th down.
Yeah, and this is a very important stop for Queen City. I mean, they're already squarely in control of this game, but they could really run away with it and afford to, take the clock into their own hands and really have that be their primary strategy rather than worrying about putting up a winning score.
Yeah, they could right now, and I think really for Queen City, what they got to do is just a little bit at a time. Play the next play. Don't worry about the score now. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about anything. As Adrian Ellis came back and he got sandwiched right there. And 56, Thomas Matthews, we'll say his name. He got kind of like a half a tackle there, but it'll be 1st down. Trellis Blant is 8 of 9 for 61 yards. 8 of 9. His quarterback rating's 94.9. And it's going to be Jet 0. 0, a nice move. It's going to be a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and as you say, it's the I agree with your call. You can't really think about the score so much. You gotta worry about getting the stop, and I think that's what Charleston is going to be focusing on rather than those numbers on the scoreboard.
It's going to be 2nd and 5. There's a trap right up the middle, and that's going to be a first down. He ripped him by the back of the helmet, but that is legal, sort of. And a 1st down for Jet 0. That's already 13 carries for 49 yards.
Yeah, and how about the presence of mind by Jet 0, realizing that he was going down, but just pure body control to guide himself across the line there.
It says 14 for 54, but you know what? You just listen to us. Don't ever believe anything you see on TV. It'll be 1st down. Hand it off to Jet again. And see, he lost all those yards. So ultimately, I was right, and the screen was wrong.
Yeah, and man, Charleston really need a stop here. I mean, there's plenty of time left in this game, but they would love to have the 2-minute warning to effectively use as a 4th timeout.
So it's going to be 2nd down. They go to Jets. Oh, they're going to just nail him right there. And that was big. Now, that is number 27 there. He's not on my roster. Is that Matt Ryan? You called him Matt Ryan last time.
That is the free safety Matt Ryan coming up once again towards the top of the play.
All right, it's going to be third down. I just want to make sure 29 on my sheet. That's all right. He gets tackled there. Back to throw, Blanton, and he threw that to the yard line, but yard lines can't make catches, and it'll be 4th and 9.
Yeah, and this is a very big stop for Charleston. They get the ball back. They get an opportunity to use the 2-minute warning as an extra timeout. This is a great opportunity to stabilize going into the half.
Well, let's see what happens here. They're going to try a kick. It's going to be Coffin corner to the near side. Fair catch. And fair caught there by Ricky Spider, who's doing a great job returning. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for Charleston. Wow, my goodness. This game is incredible. What do you think Charleston needs to do?
I mean, it sounds reductive, but I mean, really having a positive drive on offense here is the secret. You know, they've worked together as a team so well, and they've been kind of on their back foot all game here.
I like that word reductive. It's like centiliter. Lakeman through the middle. It's incomplete. Reductive is my new Scrabble word. I love new words. Benjamin Warner has been thrown to 4 times. He's only caught 1. That was his 4th target. 1 reception, 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 for Lakeman. They got that 2-back formation that you like. They got Storm and Hoagland. Storm is at the top of your screen. Hoagland is on the bottom, and Davius Reed is in motion to the very top. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. They're going to throw, and it's incomplete. If you looked at the top of the screen, you might have saw holding. It's 3rd and 10.
I was about to compliment a fantastic block, actually. That block or holding, depending on your sense of perspective, I guess, was really what set up that play. Just gave so much time for John Lakeman to get set and read the field.
I was hoping for holding because Joe Clausen's not talking about his pizza, and we need some life in that chat. So it's going to be 3rd down. Back to throw. Lakeman fires down the middle, and that's going to be a 1st down. A big 1st down for Davius Reed. And the clock will continue down to about 2 minutes.
Yeah, and Davius Reed has been a very reliable target pretty much all day long for John Lakeman. That's going to take him into the 50s on 3 receptions. So over 15 yards per reception for Davius Reed.
So it's going to be 1st down and 10 for Charleston. Back to throw. Looking, firing down the middle, and a nice catch. That is big, but they got to think about time. Sutherland with the catch, and his 2nd of the day, the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes, and it's going to be Queen City 24, Charleston 7. But here's the pass.
Yeah, and just a great job by John Lakeman to space this one.
Joe Clausen, that is what spices me up right now because I can't get that here. Any good ones? It's 24-7. So now they're near midfield. Great teams that win games stop other teams right here. And right now, Queen City, to stop this streak, they got to stop Charleston. What a catch! That's one of the better catches, Davius Reed, and that is his 4th reception of the day, a 1st down.
And you know what? I am going to call that the nice hands catch of the game. That's the nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23, and a worthy one there. He goes into the coverage, jumps, reaches out one hand. I mean, what a fantastic day at the office.
Well, Lakeman is back to throw a lot of time, and he gets it, but I don't know the risk reward there by going short to Storm. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and it's tricky with the amount of time left on the clock. I don't think Charleston need to call a timeout every single play here, but I do think you want to balance how much time you're leaving Queen City versus how much time you're leaving yourself.
2nd down and 7. Oh, it's going to be a reverse trap, and they go right up the middle. Pounding his legs is Storm. And Saren Storm, it'll be 3rd down, a timeout now for Charleston. Well, this is big. What do you think they got to do?
Oh, man. I mean, I feel like almost this is 4-down territory. So I think you have the option of running, especially with 2 timeouts left. I don't know. There's a strong case to be made for passing and running.
I think they should do a drop kick here. I think that'll increase viewership. 3rd down, and they had 6 to go on the play clock. The lower right. He'll left it. Oh, he had him. He had Odeby. He had Odeby, and he knows it. Look at 60. He's mad. He almost was punching him right in the helmet for that. It's 4th down.
Oh man, and that is gonna be so frustrating for John Lakeman, because as you said, had Honus Odeby on the sideline, and oh man, they're gonna have to settle for a field goal now. I think there's an argument to be made for taking it, but that is rough all over for Charleston.
And this one is good. One of the things I'm thinking of, 9 plays, 53 yards. I kind of want to get you maybe ready for halftime real quick. I have to use the restroom really, really quickly at halftime. But one of the things that is the theory behind that is the fact that it cuts it to 2 scores. And one of the things you do against teams that don't win yet is you make them win. You just cut it down. You don't make the risks. You make them take the risks. So they're going to play statistic football and make Queen City play really big football.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. You know, it's the sports betting method of strategy for football, because as you say, you know, sometimes winning in the SFL is not about outperforming your opponents or having the better strategy. Sometimes it's about forcing them to make unforced errors. And as you say, you know, if Charleston can just little by little chip away at this lead and hope that Queen City sort of collapses over time, you know, they certainly are not out of this by a long shot.
Landing right down the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. There's a flag. It might be interference. And if it is, that's a 30-yard gain. If he points towards the defense, that's a 30-yard gain. Yeah, it's up to the 46. So that's a big one right there. And look at that. They circle him.
Oh,
yeah, it's there.
Yeah, that was like hockey interference levels, just sort of running into the path, wrong place, wrong time, as we were talking about off mic.
Yeah, it is. Wrong place, wrong time. I like that image. Of course, I'm thinking of a way different image for wrong place, wrong time. But now, I mean, and everybody listening, it is PG, but it is up the middle, and they're going to run. They keep going, Jet Zero, and they got to be careful. A timeout there. They have 2 remaining. Now, 2 timeouts remaining. How do you handle this?
Man, I mean, I think you go for 7 if you're Queen City. You know, as you say, Charleston going for the statistics-based approach to strategy. And so I think you really need every single point that you can get for padding if you're Queen City. You know, last game they lost by 2 points.
Yeah, 17 carries. You can't keep that up. There's no way it's like 34. Back to throw. Throwing right down the middle. It's got to be caught. He goes into a shell. And a first down. That's Doug Spelling, his 2nd reception. So he went into a shell, and he knew possession meant more than an extra yard.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's a great position for him to be in as well. Just not quite able to get fully past the coverage to get into the end zone.
So it's going to be a 1st down and 10. Trying to see how much time left in the clock. The stadium clock kind of went out. Back to throw. They throw it again.
Oh.
30 seconds. There's a flag. Let's see what it is. That's going to be another one. They're getting aided. You got to be smart if you're Charleston. You're helping out a team that lost 15 straight. And right now, it is first down.
Man, and perhaps a bit ironic, because this defensive drive for Charleston is reminding me of another football team with a pirate for a mascot. Just these little ticky-tacky fouls killing them down the field.
I saw irony too. I saw an ambulance crash the other day. I thought that was highly ironic. I did. It was still making the weird sirens over here, that wee-on kind of thing. And now it wrecked. And that's going to the 49. That's James Matthews Jr., another timeout. That'll be Queen City's final timeout. So now what do you do? Because if you're down in the field of play, it could be over.
Yeah, man, this is tough. I mean, I think you go for at least one attempt at the end zone here, but then you got to spike the ball to go for the field goal. It's very tricky.
You got a shot clock left in basketball, end zone, and they throw it away, and it'll be 3rd down and 2. So this is weird, because if you go down, you can't spike the ball. So if you go down, you cannot. You can't go up and just whack it unless you get a first down. And remember, in this league, a clock does not stop or pause on a first down. So it's going to be 3rd and 2. This is going to be very interesting. Trellis Blanton is 12 of 15 for Queen City right now for 114 yards. Back to throw. They fire. Touchdown. He got it. He got it. James Matthews Jr. is 6th reception, and it's a score, a big score. That's huge.
It is absolutely unequivocally massive for Queen City. And again, a great job running the route, exploits the matchup, exploits the space, and Queen City have been challenged, as you say, by Charleston to play a very statistically sound game of football. But Trellis Blanton, 122 yards on 13 completions, a quarterback rating in the 120s. He has been so clutch for Queen City so far, and not to mention the 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit. I don't care about the interference penalties. They certainly help. You know, the reason why it's in 24-10. You know what? Teams that win and win consistently make the most of their opportunities. And right now, this is not an 0-12 team. No way. No way is this an 0-12 team. I'm not saying they're winning today because I see some cracks in their zone defense. But I'm saying that right now at 31-10, I'm saying as you go on in the season, they got at least 5 wins in them.
Yeah. And you know, it's not just because Queen City had a bad season, you know, last season does not mean that they're, you know, some randoms. I mean, they have the most total games in the history of the SFL and the 4th most wins, so they know how to win. It's just a question of stringing it together.
And that's going to be right down the middle, and that's going to be a quick timeout there. They're just setting up the Hail Mary as they hit Reed, Lakeman to Reed. But no, what we got to do is we got to make last year count, because we're in the media. We need to drum up some stories in which things don't really happen. But wait a second, they didn't call a timeout. Now
yeah,
they
that's
do.
a very late timeout. Holy, I thought that was a glitch with the scoreboard, that the clock was still ticking. But yeah, very late call of that timeout. And I don't know how much difference 6 seconds would it make, but that's how much time has ticked off the clock in the meantime.
That's about as bad as those people that put ketchup on hot dogs. Come on, man. 31-10. They got one more. They could have had 2 more. Lakeman's going to throw it up a little looper, and it's caught. And wow, what if they would have done that just 3 seconds earlier, and then they would have called a timeout, which they do have.
And would have had a chance at a long pass there. Yeah, I mean, gets past the 50 to the 40, almost to the 30. Yeah, they would have had a shot. It would have had to have been, you know, all go, but they would have had a shot there.
Take the highlights real quick because they got to use the restroom. I'll be back in a minute, but go ahead, Alden. Take the halftime highlights.
All right. Well, a very dominant first half for Queen City. they go into the half up 31-10, and showing why showing why what they've done in the offseason to sort of turn things around as we go into the highlights for this first half. It's really been the Trellis Blanton show in terms of offense for Queen City. 122 yards, 13 completions on 16 attempts, an 81% completion percentage, 1 touchdown, 7.5 yards per attempt, 119.3 quarterback rating, 21 tackles, 2 interceptions by Queen City, both of them pick sixes. We're going to see the player of the half, Jet Zero, 17 attempts, 67 yards, and a touchdown. I would personally give it to Trellis Blanton, but I do see the argument for Jet Zero, 61 yards, 16 attempts, and a touchdown. Longest is 11 yards, also 2 receptions for 10 yards, and he has really been a big part of the Corsairs attack as well. We're going to see in this second half if Queen City can hold on or if Charleston will be able to make a comeback.
When you have a game like this, and I'm back, it was only, I mean, my studio that I set up is like right next to the restroom. It's like IndyCar pit stop. So it's going to be back to return. A big one here for Ricky Spider. Ricky Spider is good. He's averaging nearing 30 yards of return. This is going to be, oh, look, 30. Look at that. I am a genius. So think about this, Alden. This is the biggest possession of the game. It's going to determine everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. You know, it's really Charleston's opportunity to put that first half behind them, both mentally and in terms of the score, and they've really got to capitalize on it.
I'll never underestimate a field goal to open a half, no matter how much you're down. And that's going to be a great run by Saren Storm. And Saren's only the 4th running attempt of the day for Saren for 20 yards. Second down. Go ahead.
Go ahead, partner.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. We're having on-the-air confusion. You got to love it. John Lakeman now, 13-20. He's going to hand off. And talk about confusion. Look at the blocking there. As Nick Hoagland, his 3rd attempt, he gets about 7 or 8. We're down in inches.
Yeah, and the third down and less than a football to go here. I really think this is a classic case of hand it to the halfback or hand it to the fullback and just up the gut.
Do a triple reverse punt here. They never expect it. They never
Annexation
expect it.
of Puerto Rico.
There we go. Draw, and they all expected that. They all expected Nick Hoagland, and they got Nick Hoagland, and they got Dan Dash said, no way.
Yeah, it is such an important stop for Queen City. That was number 99, I believe, one of the backup defensive line players. And that is just a great opportunity for Queen City to continue to pile on their advantage now.
Now, I don't know who Laura Parkinson is, but that's about the 27th person that said hi to her. So I don't know. Hey, Laura, how are you? That's all I'm going to say. I want to join the party. So it'll be first down and 10. Trellis Blanton, 13 of 16 in the first half. 122. He has 119.3 quarterback rating, and teams that go on to win a lot of games score on this drive, and they just don't do what James Matthews Jr. just did.
Yeah, man, really tough when you throw a good pass and it just kind of goes by the receiver there.
So it'll be second down. Second down. Good. I got a response. Laura, doing okay? Thank you. That is great. I'm part of the party now. It makes my life meaningful. Second down and 10. One stop. He quickly throws. That's going to be short of a first down. Doug Spelling, his 3rd reception.
Yeah, and Doug Spelling has it sets up a great opportunity for this Corsairs offense and for Trellis Blanton. That over 100 yards on the day for Trellis Blanton.
3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1. They blitz. They go up the middle. Here comes Jet Zero and a 1st down up to the 46-yard line. It can be dangerous because on short yardage, when you blitz everybody, if you break that first line, man, you could be gone.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really the thing too, is that Queen City have had such a focus of opening up space in the middle and just not quite able to get past that second line. But as you say, had Jet Zero been able to get past that line, it would have been just nothing but green grass in front of Jet Zero.
It's going to be 1st down and 10. Queen City up by 21. And it's going to be the handoff. Jet Zero again. He gets by 1, and he gets a 1st down to the 41-yard line. Jet Zero is having a great day, and we are on this 100-yard watch. He's up to 80. 90.
Yeah, and that is pushing him ever closer to the line. And man, Jet Zero having a really great day at the office so far.
Well, on the stat sheet, they have 18 for 81, but on the thing that's supposedly God, they say 19 for 90, and he's going to get 4 more. So that is 20 for 94, and it'll be 2nd and 6. There it is. Jet Zero 20 for 94 as it is 2nd down and 6. Jet Zero, and in motion is going to be Chase Matthews. It might be a run because he's creeping. He's right there behind. It's double tight end to your left, and they run opposite to get to Gavson. Jet Zero a 1st down to about the 29. And you feel the momentum, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, this is just another, we've seen this so often from Jet Zero today, breaks a tackle and just keeps going. I mean, just the sheer physicality that Jet Zero has put on display this game is something to behold.
102 rushing yards. Jet Zero, he's over 100. And this thing right now, you got to put it away, though. You got to put it away. If they turn it over here, that would be big. Zero again. He goes down with his eyes looking at the ground. He gets about 4 2nd down. He's up to 106 yards.
And this has been how Jet Zero has really picked up most of these yards, is just in chunks. And it's really worked out for Queen City because they're converting on 2nd and 3rd down.
2nd down and 6. Queen City is torn between running up the middle and doing something stupid. So they run up the middle. So it'll be 3rd down and 5, only a gain of 1, but they got to be careful. I mean, this is 23rd carry. That was his 23rd carry, all right? He's got to be getting tired.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really, as much as Jet Zero has picked up yards in chunks, I mean, 4.5 yards per carry, it has been a lot of work, very, very physical affair.
Land again to throw. He throws. It's dropped. And it's going to be 4th down. Again, they go to James Matthews Jr. But you know what, Alden, where's Tony Zoma? I mean, you got another running back.
Yeah.
Got to start. I mean, they are king on this guy, Zero. You can't just keep on breaking his legs. I mean, my God, his kneecaps will be flying out in a second. 41 yards. This will make it 34-10. And it's down, it is up, and it is good. It is still 3 scores, but it is 3 full touchdowns. Well, I got to do this right now because it's a lull. Now available, free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K 2.3 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com. Search SFL and download our mod. at simulationfl.net. 4K23 Retroid, the official console of the SFL. You know, Alden, who I'm going to play as. If I can play, you know who I'm going to play?
Who's that?
Jobu McSlim. He is the greatest name ever. And that one running back for Louisiana who was really good for all those years. I like that guy. I want to go. I forget, they ran the ball forever. I love doing their games. They took like 30 minutes. But it'll be first down and 10. And now we're at the point almost where it's going to take a miracle, but they go up the middle, and that's going to be a nice, he rolled for more. And that's going to be Nick Hoagland, his 5th carry.
Yeah, Hoagland did a great job fighting for the yards there. You know, as much as we talked about Jet Zero having a very physical performance today, gets sort of wrapped up and then just kind of pivots his body in place to go around and continue to pick up another chunk of yardage, and he sets him up quite well here.
Well, we talked about Jet Zero, gets the ball every play. We'll be talking about him when he leaves in an ambulance. Crap right up the middle, and that's got to be a first down. That's a nice chunk. And that is Terrell Sutherland. That is his first carry. And Stinson is down. Stinson is down. Oh, no.
Yeah, this is not good for Queen City. You know, we talked about how Queen City really need to maintain, really need to hold on, and you really need to hold on to as many of your pieces on offense and defense as you can. You know, it really, to not to torture the metaphor too much, but it really does turn into a game of chess at a certain point.
Well, it does. Chad Stinson has 1 tackle and 1 assist today. And thrown behind him, and what a catch, and that's a big one. That was a very dangerous throw, but Benjamin Warner gets his 3rd catch by picking that up. That was dangerous. He almost threw an interception.
Yeah, I mean, man. And yeah, I just a little bit misjudged where Greg Gaines, the cornerback for Queen City, was. Greg Gaines takes a great stab at it, but oh man, just a little bit of disrhythm there, and Queen City, or Charleston, excuse me, were lucky not to get picked off there.
So Chad Stinson, I think he's getting reported that he has a rash from the swimming pool. One of those nasty, nasty rashes. And that's going to be Chad Zero, his 24th carry. It's going to be 2nd and 3, a gain of 7. Not Jet Zero, no, Nick Hoagland. Wow, somebody's going to throw a brick at me. Oh, nobody's going to touch that one, eh? Nobody's going to touch that one. I just go and call somebody by the rival's name, and I'm going to watch the chat start to go crazy here. They're going to post my address and everything. Well, come on over. I'll give you a visa to be over here. It's going to be 2nd down. They're going to go up the middle. Hoagland, the 25, and a first down.
Yeah, and a great job blocking the run here for Charleston. We're going to see again here just this little space in the trench that's created up front. It opens up the window for Charleston to pick up this yardage they need.
So now it's got to be a first down. It's 34-10, but when you look at the time, if they score and get a 3 and out, and they score again, this could get very, 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 very interesting. Hoagland gets a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9. They got to pick up the tempo, though.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, you know, it is very possible for Charleston to make a comeback, but, you know, you reach a point where time becomes an enemy, and that point is coming up, I fear.
2nd down. That was a weird sort of flip. They're not going to do that again. It's going to be 3rd down. I don't think Terrell Sutherland, he's looking at the coaches like, why don't you just give me the ball? Why do you got to do this weird stuff?
Yeah, that was odd. It was like a fake handoff into a real handoff. I don't think if I've seen that, it's been a long, long time. It's been since the days of Pop Warner.
3rd down, they're going to throw, and that's going to be complete. It'll be first down and goal at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, Davius Reed, his 6th reception.
Yeah, and it's Davius Reed again. And Davius Reed hasn't had that many receptions. That is, according to our stat sheet, his 6th reception. But he has been very, very efficient, close to 183 yards and 16 and a half yards per reception.
I love that how we qualify it according to our stat sheet so nobody can call us liars. Hey, it says something else. Oh, according to our stat sheet, it'll be first and goal. According to the graphic, first and goal. Hoagland is up the middle, and he's going to get half of that. Down to about the 3-yard line. It'll be second down and goal. Now, remember, a extra point goes from the 2-yard line. So if they go for 2, there's a good possibility. Remember, they're down 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. It'll be second down and goal. A minute and a half to go, under 100 seconds here in the third. Hoagland, he'll score here. And didn't you get the feeling? Yeah, Alden, didn't you get the feeling they were just going to score?
Yeah, absolutely. It really felt like Charleston's drive to turn things around, doing so many positive things on offense, the passing, the blocking, the running, and it all converges into this touchdown, and Charleston are not going to go down without a fight. They need a stop. They need to get the ball back, but they are refusing to go down without a fight, and that is step one.
Now they're going for the extra point, but it's what we were talking about before. When you play a team that, believe it or not, has lost, it's hard to believe by watching this game that this Queen City team has lost. This isn't a fluke. This isn't like Charleston has like 800 yards and they keep turning the ball over and Queen City is blah, 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 blah. No, I mean, this is dominant right now.
Yeah.
But when you're playing a team like this, you force them to do the normal things.
Yeah, well, and it's one of those instances where I think the numbers don't fully tell the whole story. Like, yeah, Queen City is 0-2 on the season, but you look at the strength of schedule, and the combined strength of schedule of their opponents is 5-1. And the game last week at Florida, they only lost by 2 points. So it's not like it was 2 games where they got blown out against inferior competition. They're taking on teams that are already in mid-season form, and they're doing a pretty darn good job as well.
They are. That 1917 game, you watch that, who knows? And, oh, look at that. That's all leg power right there. Dead zero, leg power, 23, 24, 25 carries. I'm wondering how he's going to hold up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I almost think that you want, because Jet Zero is one of the better receiving halfbacks in the league. I almost wonder if you want to put him in that role, take some pressure off his legs.
There he goes, 40, 35, 30, and down he goes. He's finally caught by Sam Blotner. Sam Blotner with the catch. But, this is Jet Zero. Ironically, he doesn't turn on the Jets, but Jet Zero, and this is looking like the sun is setting.
Well, that is gonna blitz his previous long. 11 was his previous long, and again just finds the tiniest bit of space and busts the seams wide open, gets them deep into enemy territory.
And this is huge. The blitz is on. Back to throw. Blanton kept incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. And on the coverage was number 31, Guy Incognito. Guy Incognito, well, we saw you there. Second down and 10. Blanton's got to be careful. You can't get greedy here and turn it over. Jet Zero. He just put his head right on the back of the lineman, but the lineman didn't move. It's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and it's threatening to stall out now for Queen City, and this would be a huge stop for Charleston.
It would be a 42-yard field goal from here. Blanton throws it down the middle, and it's incomplete. Every time they go to James Matthews Jr., something weird happens. It's like me using an ATM. All right. You go to the fourth quarter. It's 34-17. Let's go and see a highlight. Cam, go ahead. Show us a highlight.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to a highlight quickly, a 42-yard attempt, and then we got to do the APM music. Oh, I love APM music. That's one of the greatest things. I dream about that. It is. Oh, he might have. No, it's good. It's good. It was over to the left-hand side, and it is now a 20-point game. APM music is unrivaled music. Bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find their perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. And I did that by memorization. And a couple turns down to the 31. That hasn't changed in 4 years. And I am glad to see consistency. I'm glad to see sponsors. I really am. I'm really, really glad to see that. What do you think Charleston needs to do?
Well, I think consistency is a good word to bring up, because I think, Charleston had a really good offensive drive. They are starting to run out of time ever so slightly, but I do think that just being consistent and continuing what they did on that previous drive is going to be the name of the game here.
Well, it's going to be first down. Lakeman to throw. He went left and right, and he wanted more. Sutherland wanted more, but he stepped out of bounds, and some words came out of his mouth. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and I almost think that if you're Charleston, that's sort of what you got to do, is play as if you're within the 2-minute warning of a tight game, because you really need all the time that you can squeeze out of this clock.
Dude, they got time for 3 possessions. They got time. If they work their normal offense and they score 3 touchdowns, they got time. That's going to be a first down. And a great catch by Brian Murphy, his first touch of any kind today. And he's dancing, but usually players that don't, it's his first catch.
Yeah, and again, Charleston have really sort of found their rhythm here in the second half.
They have, and Lakeman is going to be back. It's going to be a draw right up the middle, and still going. That is Saren Storm. You know what? They don't have the leg power. Jet Zero keeps going. Saren Storm was stuffed. That'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and it's really tough. As we say, the physicality is such an important aspect of the run game nowadays, and it just really wears you down.
2nd down and 5. 8.5 to go. There is time for 3 scores. They hand it off again. That's going to be up the middle. Hoagland. It'll be 3rd down from the 50. And now it is getting very unique. They got to get this 3rd down.
Yeah, they do need the conversion here. And again, I almost wonder if even with this much time on the clock, if it's almost time for 4-down territory if you're Charleston.
I'm wondering what kind of person puts cheese on a chocolate cake. Over to the right side. Throwing, it's tipped and incomplete. Now, an interesting thing, will they go for it or not? It's 4th and 4. It's 37-17. I believe they're going to punt.
Yeah, I mean, oh, man. Yeah, as you say, they have time for about 3 possessions, but, the question becomes then, how much time is Queen City going to be able to take off the clock, even with 3 plays?
By punting here, you're trusting a defense who absolutely has no evidence to be trusted. Fair catch. And that's, at that time, you got to say everything personal about that guy to get him look at you and fumble the ball. But it'll be a first down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is the absolute best case scenario for Charleston, is generating a turnover within, inside of the 50.
Now, look, kids, don't go home and start blaming me because you throw a stuffed animal in a thing and you go, hey, Billy, you're a blah, 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 blah. But where did you learn that? The SFL. No, don't do that. Hero goes down, and that was a nice stop there. Number 58, that was huge. It'll be second down.
Yeah, and that's a promising start to this defensive drive for Charleston, really sending the pressure.
It is. They need a 3 and out here, even a first down, and you're starting to push it time-wise. The pitch, and Zero just got nailed, and he rolls an extra. See, that's what they got all day. That's what they got all day. Those extra 2, the extra 1, the extra 3, the extra 4. That added up.
Well, and Khalil Thomas, the linebacker for Charleston, had a good idea there, but again, just mistimes it ever so slightly, and Jet Zero is able to get past him.
And on third down, I just give it to Jet Zero. 7 minutes to go. They shift, and that means that Doug Spelling will go in motion. Trips to the right side, third down. They're really using time now. They hand it off, and of course, Zoma gets it now. And you got to set Zoma up. He just, fourth down.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is such a crucial stop for Charleston. Not only do they get the ball back, but they get it in pretty decent field position too.
Yeah, they do. It's going to be a fair catch right now. And again, really quickly. Hey, guess what? Tonight, starting at 6:30 Eastern time, which is 3:30 in the morning Islamabad time, 2 dynamic backfields clash in D.C. when the Revolution meets the Dragons. Also on the docket, Jacob Bouvet and his fleet face his former team in Denver. Under the lights, Arizona and Indy try and pick up the pieces this week. In the streets are taking brawl, and Seattle heads to L.A. for the Lycans home opener. It all comes your way tonight on SFL YouTube. That's going to be a run up the middle. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And the streets are talking brawl is one of, I think, the more exciting recent rivalries in the SFL. I personally will be very excited to watch that game.
Oh, I love that game. I love that game. I'll have a non-denominational adult drink, and I'll be sitting back, kicking back, and responsibly in the confines of my home legally enjoying a brew. So they're going to run it up the middle. Here's Hoagland. He's got room. This is the quick touchdown they need. Look at him go. Hoagland is galloping like a 3-legged horse, and it's a touchdown. Hoagland scores. That's quick. That is what they need. If they're going to come back and win the game, they had to score one very quickly, and that's the one they need. Check mark.
And one broken tackle is all it takes. Hoagland gets all the way to the outside, and nobody can catch him. He just creates a position for himself where he is long gone as soon as the ball is in his hands almost. And this is Charleston giving themselves a chance.
You know what? This is Queen Creek kicking field goals too, because they didn't score touchdowns. And when you don't score touchdowns, all of a sudden a run like that scores a touchdown, look at it. It's 2 scores. If you turn on this game, like la-da-da-da-da, whatever, and you looked at this game, you would have never known this thing was a blowout until like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
and it all comes down to Charleston continuing to be consistent, continuing to do the things that they've done well. And it really shows that, you know, this coaching staff trusts their team. John Lakeman, over 200 passing yards, even with the 2 interceptions, has a touchdown and a quarterback rating in the 80s. Davius Reed over 100 yards. Nick Hoagland very close to 100 yards. And this is just really Charleston have done everything that they need to do to fight back in this one.
Well, this is when your 15-game losing streak starts to play havoc in the back of your head. When something like this happens, you start to think, oh no, not again. Here we go, back to throw. Blanton to the near side, and that's going to be a first down. That's Jet Zero.
Wow.
But he goes out of bounds, and maybe not the smartest move, a first down, though.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to keep the clock running if you're Queen City, but man, look at this pass to Jet Zero, the design screen usually used by SFL offenses to just pick up a few yards, but Jet Zero, his athleticism, he holds on to it down the sideline, makes tackles miss for Charleston, and it looked for a second as if he was going to go all the way. He was going to fire back immediately.
I can't believe, and that's going to be Jet Zero again. They got to be careful. They got to be careful with this guy. And that's the one thing. When you haven't won in a long time, you don't know how to manage your team to win a game. So you overuse a lot of people. It'll be second down.
Well, and also it's tricky as well because, you know, it's when Jet Zero is such a big part of your offense, it makes it easier to, you know, send pressure.
And he's going to hand it to Zero. It's very predictable. And now we're getting to the point where his legs are jelly. He can't break tackles. Dino McFly came in. He was breaking those all day. Can't break it now. 3rd and 5.
Well, and you know, and again, to my point, you know, you trust Trellis Blanton to throw. He's had a really good day, but again, you just want to keep the clock running no matter what.
Well, you want to be aggressive too because it's only 2 scores. Back to throw. He's going to throw it at the last second. What a catch, and that's a first down. They go, and he holds on. Adrian Ellis. Oh, what a catch. And if you watch that throw, he threw it in the last second, and a big first down.
Well, only the second time that we've called Adrian Ellis's name this game, but again, a corner route that evolves into an out route, gets a lot of space and gets toward the sideline. A last-minute tackle by Charleston is the only thing that prevents that play from turning into a disaster for Charleston.
Well, that was the 3rd time we called his name because I said it in the starting lineup, so it'll be first down and 10.
Fair enough.
First down and 10, and I have a partner that's ready to kill me on that.
Fair enough.
So first down and 10. After that horrible joke there, they're just going to use the clock. They're using this clock. Back to throw. Bland to the near side, and he's going to break it. Here comes Zero. Jet Zero could score. Jet Zero, and it's going to be first down and goal. Oh, this is a big part of the game.
Yeah, and this is so huge for Queen City. Not only do they keep the clock running, not only is this a great pitch and catch for Jet Zero, makes this tackle miss here, gets past the sticks, but they are so deep into Charleston territory that I feel like you maybe even want to take a knee to run some time off the clock at as first down here. You know, but really that's the thing, is that it is now Queen City's game to lose in terms of managing the clock.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave one of these to Tony Zoma right now because they're going right on Jet Zero, and the world knows he's going to get the ball. It'll be first down and goal. They're milking this all the way down. 3 minutes to go. They give it to Zero. He goes up the middle, and he scores. No, he's short. He's short. It'll be second down and goal.
Yeah, man, very, very short, like close enough that I almost think it's worth throwing a challenge flag. Second and a graphing calculator to go.
Oh, it's going to be second down and a centiliter. This is the actual definition. Oh, no, centiliter would be like liquid. So using in a sentence.
Centiliter of mud standing between them and a touchdown.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Second down and goal. And they're going to milk this thing all the way down. And they're going to try and go. Are they going to give it? Yes, they will. That's an easy score. That's it. That is all it. You can sing if you got a voice. Good night. It is Jet Zero winning the game here.
Yeah, an emphatic touchdown run by Jet Zero, and it really has been sort of a subtle command performance by Jet Zero. Again, what has worked so well for Queen City all day is setting those blocks and allowing Jet Zero to run up the middle, and in this instance he just walks into the end zone more or less.
They needed that score to make it 3 scores. That's the thing. I know some people say, well, just take any of this or that. But right now, when you make it 3 scores, if you make it 2 and you take the knees and you kick the field goal, it's still 2 scores.
That's true.
And you gotta make Charleston score 3 times. Now, if Charleston scores, that means you gotta royally screw up so bad that I'll put it in my broadcast 8 years from now. So there we go, and this could be it. It's going to be a return by Odeby. As Odeby, it'll be a first down.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you say, Charleston going to have to move very quickly here. They have the 2-minute warning to use as a free timeout, but beyond that, I really think they just got to move as fast as they can, use the hurry up, and find a good set and stick with it.
So it'll be first down and 10. Queen City 44, Charleston 24. Second time today I've said the score. Only the second time. Right down the middle, and that's going to be a completion. They're going to try and, well, they needed to get out of bounds. They need to snap this one. They got 2:01, they got 2 minutes, and that really hurts right there. The 2-minute warning, Queen City 2 minutes away from breaking their 15-game losing streak. All right, this just in. Queen City is going to hire me to be every week's play-by-play announcer. Queen City is saying we need anything for a luck charm that doesn't involve cutting off an animal body part. Right down, that's going to be a flag. And that referee in the middle of the field wasn't even looking at anything. You see that? He threw a flag. He's like the guy in line where everybody else throws a flag, and he's like, oh, I gotta throw one too.
Yeah, I believe it's possible that he has a dinner appointment, and or I guess it would be late lunch appointment in our time zone.
Look at Wallace there. Well, yeah, well, over here, he'd be going out to the non-existent bars here. But anyway, it would be first down into, yeah, I mean.
The thriving nightlife in Islamabad.
Yeah, well, you have a lot of motorcycles going up and down 7th Avenue, and yeah, it's just the way it is here. It's like the Indy 500 every night. Back to throw. It's going to be thrown down the middle. It'll be second down and 10. They got to score. If they don't, we're going to have 1 minute and 20 seconds of having that chat that we did at the beginning before the air started.
I mean, you know, we joked about this turning into the international travel podcast, though.
We could also an international incident. We talked about that too. Over his Lakeman, he's going to throw to the end zone, and he overthrows wildly. Benjamin Warner, that was the 7th time he's targeted. He's only caught 3. It'll be third down. Joe White, Joe Clausen in the chat. Just give him my social security number and my Visa card number, where to find me, the international code of my school, and that's going to be tipped. One more down, and that's it, and Queen City can celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really been a complete performance by Queen City. I mean, we'll talk about this more as we get closer to the final whistle, but Trellis Blanton almost 200 yards, 108 quarterback rating, Jet Zero 165 rushing yards, a long of 41, that huge streak of lightning that we saw earlier.
Not even close, and Queen City, their long wait is over. It's been not only months, but almost a year since their last victory. 15 games ago. 15 games ago, and that is the ticket in Queen City. There are people, think of this, that are going to pre-kindergarten that weren't born the last time Queen City won a game. How about that? They weren't even born yet.
I know,
what the win is. They just go, Daddy always has less points.
I know there's going to be some celebration in Buffalo, both adult football fans and very young football fans, I would imagine.
Oh, the adult football fans are going to take the young football fans and like do that thing where they put them on their knee, and then the kids are like, "What's going on?" They start screaming and yelling and crying, and we wonder why there's
just a very serious heart-to-heart, and it's about football.
Yeah, and they're like, "Why are you bouncing me on my knee? I'm 1 year old." And they're like, "Oh, well, you'll remember this." And the kid's like, I like the gum stuck on the floor. I'm eating it now. So they go to Jet Zero. He gets nothing there. And, you know, I got in trouble last year because a team that was down by 50. I had a team that was down by 50, and they were calling timeouts. And I remember Cameron got mad because I called them masochists, and I can't use that word on the air anymore.
Good thing you didn't just use it.
People who enjoy pain. There we go. There we go. Pain-enabled. Pain-enabled people.
Reverse
right
Schadenfreude enjoyers.
Yeah, you got to get out of this stadium. Jet Zero, and that's going to be the game winner right there. Because they're just going to take a knee. They got one timeout left. When you have one timeout, you could run 1 minute and 20 seconds off the clock in dead time, plus your plays. So you're going to have, I'm looking at the clock that disappeared. No, they're just taking knees now. No, there's no timeout, so that'll be it. It'll be all over. I'm curious to see Jet Zero. He probably has 35 attempts for 190. I'm trying to think because it's off a little bit on our stat sheet. Yeah. That's all right. If I were doing the stats, I'd be like putting Dunkin' Donuts in for somewhere. With little sprinkles and the strawberry in the middle. I love the strawberry cream. Love it. Oh, dang it. I used a brand name. Now I'm going to get yelled at. Sorry about that. So, pain capable. There we go. Pain capable people. Thank you, Mojo McLean. Bunch of pain capable people using timeouts.
Well, and
go ahead.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, as TJ Harper points out, a former Jacksonville teammate of mine points out, Jet Zero more like Jet Hero. I would certainly agree. You know, Trellis Blanton has really sort of continued what I mentioned earlier in this game, you know, that he is kind of a sleeper pick for offensive MVP if he keeps things up. But Jet Zero had a fantastic day as well, 175 yards. And yeah, he's going to be pretty darn sore after this with 34 attempts, but 2 touchdowns and that huge 41-yard run that just blew the Charleston defense wide open.
Oh, count it down right now. 2-1-0. The long wait is over. You can finally break out that glass of milk that is now turned green and moldy. You can drink it now and maybe throw up because you finally won a game. And for Charleston, for Queen City, your biggest thing is now you got to try for 2 in a row. Let's take a look at the final statistics. Go ahead, Alden, and let's comment a little bit on the final stats.
Yeah, well, you look at the numbers and they're fairly similar in the grand scheme of things. You know, really it was a case of Queen City got themselves an advantage early on into this game, and they really did not look back. As is being pointed out, you know, it was two interceptions, the 2 pick sixes that Queen City got, I believe both within the same quarter. Those were just so huge. I mean, you know, if you look at it mathematically, though, if you take those 2 away, it's only 24-30, but just the mentality advantage that generated for Queen City. You know, John Lakeman had a pretty good day as well, 270 yards on 20 completions, but really it's one of those things that can give you an advantage over a skilled quarterback, is just that mental edge.
Yeah, well, here's a crazy thing also. If you look at third down conversions, I got to say this real quick. Queen City had 54%. Charleston had 38%. Third down conversions. Yeah. Charleston was 3 of 8. What that means is Queen City had a lot of third and shorts, and when they needed it, they got the third downs.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something right now. The heck with those flags at the half. That wasn't a momentum changer. We had momentum changers, and that was kind of big at the end of the second quarter.
Absolutely.
But remember, they only got a field goal out of that.
Well,
so
go
ahead.
Well, and so I think the watchword, if you're Buffalo, from going forward and trying to continue to string along wins, I think the watchword has to be consistency. Continue to get early leads, continue to stop the other team from making those third down conversions, continue to enable Jet Zero and Trellis Blanton to really be at full firepower, and good things like this are going to happen. A 20-point win after a nail-biting 2-point loss is a heck of a recovery.
My last point is this. Remember the power Queen City comes from. Queen City comes from an extremely powerful conference. And you look at their last 2 losses, they were by teams that are combined 5-1. What this showed me today is that 0-2, that conference might be really, really, really powerful. And that when you play out of that conference, you really got to see teams like Queen City might rack up the out-of-conference wins. I told you there are at least 5 wins. I wouldn't be surprised if they were all out of conference. All right, Alden, anything last thoughts? Last thoughts as we sign out.
I think that Charleston really are going to be looking to build off this as well. They did rally back, but it was just Queen City's game all day long. They did all the things they needed to do and stop Charleston from doing the things that they needed to do.
All right, Chris Slovic with my new microphone, so I don't sound like 23 skirt dirtball skidoo anymore. I actually sound like a normal person, well, kind of. And Alden Bleekers signing off from Buffalo. Thank you very much. Your final score, Queen City 44 and Charleston 24. Thank you for listening, and remember, more SFL action tonight. Have a great day.